What is up, everybody? Brent Abel here, goldballhunting.com. That dude over there, the great Jeff Jacklich. Another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. What we've got for you today is if you're struggling with your backhand volley and you've been struggling for quite a while and you're not quite sure all the information out there, what's right, whether you're looking at YouTube or whether you got a guy or gal actually trying to teach you how to hit the backhand volley, we got something better for you. So hang in there to the end of this episode. So the big question is this: how are tennis players like us who never played in the tour, weren't incredible juniors, or maybe got a late start to the game, how do we consistently compete at our highest skill level without having to grind through endless hours of on-court practice time and still be in the hunt for victory match after match? That is the question, and Gold Ball Hunting gives you the answers by helping you eliminate your skill level range so that you build a strong foundation of confidence. My name is Brent Abel, and along with my biz partner Jeff Jacklich, welcome to Gold Ball Hunting. Well, all right, guys, another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. Again, Brent Abel here, that dude over there, Jeff Jacklich. Jeffrey, what is going on this morning, dude?
Just a fantastic day here at GBH Global Mobile Headquarters, located currently in the Napa Valley.
Oh, it's a mobile, meaning like literally it could be somewhere different tomorrow.
It could be.
Well, good for
There's
you.
potential.
Back in California, that is awesome, Jeff. Welcome home.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Great to be back.
Good for you, man. So, guys, listen. Let's kind of get into this. The last few days, several days, Jeff and I have been talking about the backhand volley. Some of the old teaching cliches that don't work. Frankly, just flat out don't work. I used to think I had to try to use them as a player. Got the same result. Didn't work. At the same time, even though they weren't working for me, and I said, well, they got to work for my students, so I'd be teaching them those old things. Punch, the extender, ready position, reach out in front, and it was no bueno. So anyway, guys, what we talked about yesterday is this new course that Jeff and I have coming out Thursday, day after tomorrow. That if you're struggling with your backhand volley at all, we want you to really check out this course, because this is something you've probably never heard of before, a backhand volley that is based on posture and balance. And again, if you've been struggling, I mean, I knew Jeff I was for a long time before I got the goods from Mr. Stowe up in your neck of the woods up there in Napa back in the 80s. But like I said, I mean, I really thought that the volley was supposed to be out in front and, forget these other ugly terms of punch and blah, blah, blah. But I was frustrated because I wasn't getting the result I wanted that I saw with the other good players. And yet I couldn't really figure out, well, what are these guys doing that I'm not doing? And I said, I'm looking at some guy over there. I don't think he's a better athlete than I am. I mean, come on, look at this guy, right?
Right.
And yet here's the guy over there. Not only is he never missing that thing, he's putting it on a dime. And when I'm playing against the guy, the thing is skidding, it's staying low, and now, I'm having a problem. So what I want to talk about, or what Jeff and I want to talk about today, guys, is if you are struggling and you've been so for a while, that it's the classic not your fault, because there's so much stuff on YouTube that is so, I would say, conflicting. And
totally agree.
And before we started the recording, you brought up another example of why someone might be thinking, well, great, guys, you've got this new course, but I'm not 100% sure that I can actually do it. Based maybe on your teaching pro. So, Jeff, why don't you tee that up for us?
Well, I think sometimes the confusion is also born out of the visual conflict that you see. You're out there being told to do one thing, and your pro might be demonstrating it, how, that one thing that you're working on, extended hands, punch, and all that. But then when you see your pro actually playing, they're not doing that. They're not implementing the same set of direction into their volley that he or she is telling you. So that can become a really confusing kind of assessment. It's like, okay, so where's the truth here? Where's reality? And so I think that's what we brought to the table here, is that what you see, the way you see me hit hit the volley in the video is that's that's the way I hit my volley.
Yeah, well, it's
Right
obviously
there.
the way that you and I teach it as well. I mean, I do this
Right.
thing. I do this really fun that you're going to help me with this year, and the guys in Mesa, Arizona, don't know what's coming at them here next month.
Woohoo!
But I've gone to Mesa, Arizona the last. I think this will be my fourth year where I go in November, maybe it's December, but this year it's in November. And I got a great group of, let's call them senior players, ranging from really beginners, I mean, real 2 5ers, 2 0ers, all the way up to some, to some 4 0ers.
Yeah.
And the thing that's cool is they have this big senior tennis league in the wintertime. And it's huge. I mean, it's thousands of players. And the way that they coach the teams is they have what they call peer coaches. Peer meaning
Yeah.
they don't hire professional pros, but what they do is they hire or they use the best players in the league to coach a team. So here's some 4-0 players, guys and gals who are actually helping their players. It's just so much fun, and it's just a great
Yeah.
thing. But they hire me once a year to get together with the peer coaches to help them coach or how to teach. And
Right.
so what I do is, like last year we were working on the volley, and I said, for all the new coaches, I want, if you guys have never seen me coach out here in Mesa, I want you guys out in the court, and I want the other ones who've been with me before stay off the court and don't say a word. And and sure enough, what we do is I go with the new coaches and I just say, okay, well, let me just see your volley. How would you demonstrate the volley? Feed them some easy balls, and 9 out of 10 of them, Jeff, are doing the things that I used to think we should do.
Right.
Reach way in front, the extender on the ready position, all the stuff that we've been throwing rocks at for the last few days. And I say, okay, I don't say anything. And then I say, okay, guys, let's get the guys I've worked with before. And they're out there, and they got the posture, they got the balance thing going. And so I just sort of open it up to the new ones. What do you see different? And they kind of scratch their head and go, well, I'm not really quite sure, other than, boy, those volleys look pretty good. And so I go through my whole thing about, well, here's the difference. Here's the difference of what you've been taught in the past, and here's the difference of what you're now seeing, and why this is a better way, and why it's easier to teach this and coach this to your teams, to these senior teams. And so, guys, look, I mean, this is something that's been so ingrained for so long. This really incorrect way of how to hit a volley, and again, I don't know where it all started, but. When I went to see Mr. Stowe back in the day, I was guilty of the stuff, and I've
Right.
shared this story a lot where he sat me down on the stool, and boomski, all of a sudden it made
Yeah.
sense. It just totally made sense, just because of posture and balance. I know that you've got a student that you worked with before, kind of a nice before and after with their backhand volley.
Yeah, Lori had a great, she has a great game. She's actually a solid 4 or 5 player. Basically hits, linear, a little bit, old school. We're actually the same age, so beautiful linear strokes. Hits a flat ball at both sides. There's no reason whatsoever to get in there and tinker with the purity of what she was doing off both sides. There was no reason to, put a modern forehand in there or anything. There's just none, zero. Okay, everybody get that? Zero reason to change what was already just so well done. And the backhand volley, though, for her always kind of eluded her a little bit in understanding because of this misunderstanding of being so far out in front and where that is, and so her own framework was always this moving kind of target. So there was never a set position, a framework to work with that she then had the posture and the balance to move forward then and just go ahead and leave the hands quiet and receive the ball. And so she knifes the backhand volley beautifully now. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. It's like, boom, there it is. And she loves it.
That's cool. Well, that's
so.
that's kind of the end result. When you said knifing, I mean, the end result is that kind of 3 things, right? You want to be consistent. You want to be confidently consistent that you can play it to your target. thing too is you want to be able to take advantage of those offensive opportunities, whether you're at singles or doubles, and the ball's just kind of sitting there. And rather than just kind of playing it, actually being able to knife it. And the third thing is when you learn how to knife it from good posture, from good bounce, well, what do you get? You get that nice clean skid over there that even if they get to it, it's no bueno for them. So, well, good stuff, Jeff. Listen, guys, so tomorrow what we've got is another secret for you on the backhand volley. And but I really hope today that you are convinced that, number one, there's a better way. Way better way to hit your backhand volley, number one. Number two, no matter how, what's the word I'm looking for? Affected, inflicted. Anyway, you've got this stuff that you've been taught forever, or you think that you should be doing. You know what? Ain't your fault, and it's not like it's a permanent damage thing. It's not major surgery.
That's right.
Right?
It's not going to be on your permanent record.
That's right. No, that's right. And we can help you, kind of take it to a different place. But look for that video tomorrow. That's going to be episode number 269 tomorrow. And in the meantime, guys, we're still offering, Jeff and I are still offering a free private coaching call, 10, 12, 15 minutes. We get on the phone. We could talk about the backhand volley if you want, either technique. Would that be the combination of technique and tactics? I don't know. That could be maybe a new word.
Yes.
Hey, let's work on some techniques today.
Yes. I like it.
I do too. Or it could be mental, could be physical, whatever it is. The way to get on that.
When you combine posturability with technique,
oh my God,
you end up with a perfect volley.
Posturability and techniques. Good. All right. Well, listen, the way to get in the phone, if you're not already on our email list, go over to goldballhunting.com. Just drop in a first name and email address, click that button, you'll get access to a couple of things. Number one, our online calendar scheduler where you can pick a date and time that works best for you. And the other thing you'll get is a video that Jeff and I recorded months ago about how to build confidence in your game by reducing your skill level range. I'm not going to tell you what that is if that's the first time you've heard it, but believe me that if you've got a big skill level range, oh boy, we need to help you reduce it. So goldballhunting.com is where you can get those two cool things. Jeff, what do we want to find folks to do right now?
Like us.
Okay.
Share us.
Boom.
Please subscribe.
Oh.
Let us know what you think down below because we actually want to know. And iTunes and Stitcher. Rate and review. And you know what? You're on your computer right now. You're on your phone. You're somewhere. Obviously, you got a device in your hand. You're watching us. So I know there's a button there where you could copy the link here, goldballhunting.com. Send it to somebody. Send it to a friend that you want to help them get better too.
Wow. So easy to do. Beautiful. Guys?
You won't break a sweat. You barely flex the finger. I mean, it's just so easy.
But some guys are thumbing it. They're kind of thumbing. I mean, the old guys, right? We're all kind of okay. Yeah. The younger ones are just thumbing the thing away. Guys, with that, get out there tomorrow. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Jeff, let's do this again tomorrow.
Can't wait.